Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Fantasy Hockey Pucks podcast. As you can see, a bit of a different setup here. We've got two brand new members. Going to introduce them and get this episode underway. So first, we'll start with Ugam Sandu on my left here.
Yes, sir. Here, Montreal Canadiens fan, proud Slavkovsky enthusiast. And yeah, we're winning the cup in 2028.
And this is Jake Lloyd here on my right.
My name is Jake. I'm a Maple Leafs fan as well, but second team, Arizona Coyotes. Rebuild's almost done. We're going with the cup in the next few years.
That's a hot take for sure. So without
not
further
happening.
ado, yeah, I agree. Although they're probably more likely than the Leafs. Anyway, let's get into it with we'll talk a bit about ourselves here. So, this weekend, boys going up to Guelph, little boys weekend.
It's gonna be a good.
We're gonna get after it.
Jakey's excited. I know
Yeah,
that.
Jake is very
Oh, yeah.
excited. He's dialed. And last night played in our
That was a
intramural
fun.
intramural basketball game, and I tried personally. I
Hey,
tried.
100% field goal. One shot, one make. That's efficiency if you ask
Listen,
me.
I was like 6 for 11. Okay, that's pretty good. I was like 8. I scored 17 of our 29. We gave up 48, but not a big deal. Jake was
Yeah, I was
out
in the
with an
IR.
illness.
IR. Oh, indefinitely.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and
Now you're out indefinitely.
yep, destroyed my wrist in a basketball game tonight too.
That's rough.
It's boys are going through it right now, but.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then on Tuesday, Jake and I have our lug hockey game,
Oh,
second last regular season game. Need a win.
Looking like the Oilers here started off rough. We're playing well now.
Yep. We're
What's the
getting
record
after it.
looking like, boys?
3 wins.
3, 6, and 1.
Not bad.
Playoffs?
Everyone makes playoffs.
Okay.
All
There we
16
go.
teams make the playoffs. So
Hey, all I'm saying is Canadians.
Oh, God.
Bro, what was it? 2019?
yeah, exactly. Just
Worst
like
team in the
Florida-
league
even
in
Florida
the
last year.
playoffs. Worst
We
team in the
lose,
playoffs.
we lose in the finals. I'll take that.
Anything's possible, boys.
Yeah.
Grit and grind.
Exactly.
Game day.
Exactly.
Get bench rod.
Play the second last team league tomorrow or Tuesday. So, thank God, you need a win. Your boy's an all-star. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Just gotta
There we
self-plug.
go.
Self-plug.
No one cares.
All right. So let's get into some hockey news. So, been a while since you guys have seen us. So we got a lot of news to cover here.
Oh, yeah.
First and foremost, we'll start with probably the biggest news. Probably be the biggest trade of the entire deadline, really. But Elias Lindholm goes to the Vancouver Canucks for Andrei Kuzmenko, Hunter. How do you pronounce the last
Hunter
name?
Brushevich? Something like that.
that. Yoni Yermo and the Canucks 2024 first round pick.
Yes,
So
sir.
I think actually was there a fourth in there too?
Fourth as well. Yeah.
Fourth as well, yeah.
Yeah.
So initial thoughts. We'll start with you, Evan. What do you think?
I really like this deal for the Flames, They get Kuzmenko, who knows what he could produce for them. He's been on fire lately, and I really like the prospect they get. He's been one of the top point scorers, and I believe the top defenseman point scorer in his league. So I really like the prospect they're getting back. The draft pick's not too bad too. What do you guys think?
Go over to you, Jake, and then I'll close this off.
I like the trade for Calgary as well, but I think Vancouver did well here. Might have been a slight overpay, but they're looking really good this year. So, they go far in the playoffs, so it makes it all worth it. What I'm interested in is how much they re-sign him for, because that could make or break the trade here.
Yeah, I agree. I think they'll re-sign him. I think they typically when you make a trade for that caliber of player, they typically don't leave. It's pretty rare, unless you're Kyle Dubas.
Yeah.
But normally I think he'll stay. I think they have the cap space. But if you really think about it, Roenick's up, Pedersen's up, Lindholm's up.
Wow.
All three of those guys are up after this year. Besser's coming up soon. This team could be. Hughes is on a long-term deal.
This could be interesting.
It could be. Yeah, it could definitely get interesting. I don't know their depth, but I feel like Garland's got to be up soon too.
Maybe Dakota Joshua.
Fedorov's a free agent as well.
Yo, shout out Dakota Joshua. That man gets so many hits every game for my fantasy league. In the category league, holy, I brought that guy in. 5 hits every game. He's an absolute beauty.
Speaking of fantasy, who do you think's the biggest winner in this trade? That can include anyone on the Canucks.
Honestly, anyone who owns Lindholm. Because that guy's been playing on the first line in their first game. The amount of productions he's about to get now is absolutely absurd.
Jake, who are you thinking for your favorite player fantasy coming after this?
I'm thinking that it's definitely in favor of Lindholm owners here, but Kuzmenko's been off to a hot start, so maybe he might be a waiver wire ad now, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a bit of a different route. I like this for Coleman and Sharon Govich in Calgary. I think with Lindholm gone, I think Mangiapane also could be traded here.
He's a bum.
I mean, the Leafs obviously are rumored a lot of seeing Kadri's name be thrown around, but I think Coleman and Sharon Govich now get a huge boost. Coleman goes to PP1. He's already been producing well. He'll get more minutes tonight, 5-on-5 too. So I like it for Sharon Govich and Coleman, both of which should be added if they're not currently.
Yeah, already traded for Kuzmenko in my league, so we're on that boat.
Yeah. These guys are in our Dynasty League that we've obviously talked about in length. He actually just traded for Kuzmenko tonight.
Boys are buzzing. Next
yeah.
season title push. It's on the cards.
All right. So, and I think both teams, I think this was the right move. I think Lindholm was going to leave, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
Kuzmenko, they just wasn't working there anymore. So I think fresh start for both of them, I think will be a good thing for both of them. Going to the next topic here, Owen Tippett re-signs 8 more years in Philadelphia at $6.2 million per year. We'll start off with Jake with your initial thoughts.
Oh, I think this is a really good contract. I think 6.2 million, especially like near the end of it in 8 years, and the cap being so high by then, it's gonna look amazing. I think this is another sign that the Philadelphia's a bright future. You know, they got Mishkov, they can sign him coming in. They got Owen Tippett. They got Morgan Frost, although he's been a bit slow lately. Hopefully, he can get it together, and I think this is good for their future.
And it's crazy to think Tippett, they got him from that Giroux trade.
As like a throw-in.
Yeah,
Like, that wasn't
and
even the main piece
Giroux
of
was
it.
there for what, 2 months?
And
I
they,
mean,
what they barely won the first round against Washington.
Yeah.
And just got pumped.
and
like
now they
that.
get Owen Tippett in return, and that they got a first round pick too. I'm
Yeah.
not sure who they picked with that, but he's pretty good too. It's insane. That was a crazy trade, and now
I
it
know.
set them up for the future with Mishkov too. Should
Yeah.
be a Montreal Canadian, but we'll go
Yeah.
by that.
For fantasy, I like Tippett. Something to watch obviously is when a player resigns. I feel like really good case of this is Nylander is that
Yeah.
stress of looking for the deal kind of goes away. So you kind of see them their production drop for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Nylander obviously 3-point night, 2 goals last night, so he's kind of back on the up. But watch for that drop. Maybe a chance to buy low on him. I think he's obviously still rosterable, so look out for that if he starts to drop. Two significantly smaller moves. Will Butcher's traded from Pittsburgh to Minnesota for prospect Maxime Kadjevich. I'll just briefly cover it. I like Butcher's offensive game. He does not know how to play defense, really, despite being a defenseman. But Minnesota with Spurgeon done for the year, Brodeen's currently hurt. And they don't really have a true offensive defenseman. He's currently their 7th E-man, but if he can get obviously an opportunity, he's someone to watch in fantasy. And then Kadjevich isn't going to play in Pittsburgh, and he's not really that high caliber prospect, so nothing to cover there. Then Zach Parise signs in Colorado, 1 year, $775K. We'll start with Huggy this time. What do you think? What do you think? Expect out of Parise?
Sack Freeze. I mean, like, what do you really want from him? What is he gonna play? 3rd, 4th line? Who really cares? I mean, I'm pretty sure he scored a goal today.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I mean,
We're recording this February 8th.
Yeah.
Was you wondering?
good for him, but like, it does not move me.
I think the biggest thing for me is last year playing top 6 minutes slot for the Islanders, playing like 50 minutes tonight. He played 82 games.
Yeah,
So
but that's also the Islanders.
I get that, but I feel like it's important that if he's going to stay healthy to actually make an impact, not for fantasy, but for the Avs.
Yeah, for sure. But
Jake, you have any other? Sorry.
honestly, they need a center. I think they need another center.
You don't think Johansson's it?
No, I think they need someone else. But I mean, like, Zach Parise, not bad. Veteran presence. Push for the cup run.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I really like the player. You know, he's kind of old now, not as much of an effect, but it's good to have that veteran presence in there, especially for a team like them who will be pushing far into the playoffs. Hopefully, should help them out.
Yeah. All right. Last big trade here. Sean Monahan traded from Montreal to the Winnipeg Jets. I won't even add my opinion. I'll just let Mr. Sandy start us off.
Let Kent Hughes cook. Oh my days!
Bro, how did you
They
get a
doubted
first-round pick?
They doubted him. I can't believe they did. What do you expect? This man is a wizard. He traded Ben Sherratt for a 1st-round pick.
Yeah, that was
Ben freaking Sherratt. He
Sherratt's fucking ass.
even fooled a Iserman. Not Weiserman. What the hell was that? Eiserman. That man signed him for what? 4 mil? Played
Yeah,
him with
he did.
Sider. He was so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
Only
got a
he could
first round
draft
pick.
though. That's what.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about okay. But they got a first and a third. The third, I'm pretty sure they
Have to
only
win the cup
yeah.
this year to get it. So,
So a first.
probably not getting
A
it.
first. Because shout out Winnipeg, but let's be honest.
You only win
The
the cup,
Canadians don't win the cup.
especially when you lose 4-1 to the Flyers. That's
Yeah,
never a
that's
good
bad.
sign.
Did you bet on that?
Oh,
Moving on. But
Twice
Yeah.
on Tuesday and
Oh my
Thursday,
God.
and they lost both games.
no,
so
no. No betting advice for this guy. Maybe fantasy advice. That's about it.
Yep.
But yeah, first round pick. Gonna be in the late 20s, but it'll be interesting to see who they'll pick or if they trade it for someone like Zegras. But yeah, that's the beauty.
Yeah. Jake, you got any other thoughts?
You know, I think this is a big overpay for the Jets for sure. I
Yeah.
personally would not have made that trade, but I'm rooting for the Jets to know Hellebuck's my favorite goalie, so hopefully they go far and hopefully this helps them.
What do you guys thinking for Monahan's fantasy value? I mean, he was kind of fringe rosterable on Montreal, but he was getting a lot of minutes, a lot of power play time. What are you thinking?
Honestly, I think you drop him now. Because on Montreal, he was playing PP1 right in the center, get all the tips. The play would go through him like all the time. But now he's probably not he's not gonna play first power play on Winnipeg. I think his production will go down immensely.
You have anything else to add?
Well, I actually personally added him. You know, I had to drop my favorite player, Logan Cooley. I had to drop him for Sean Monahan. I was hoping for the trade boost. It hasn't happened so far, so we might be back
Yeah,
dropped. We'll
not
see.
a bad idea.
No, he's not gonna be producing much. I mean, maybe he'll go a more defensive role, but it's not really his style that much.
No, he never really did in Calgary or Montreal. He's collecting the Canadian.
He can
teams,
win.
like,
He can
infinite
win
stones at this
face-offs.
point,
He
bruh.
can win face-offs, but like they don't need that.
Hey, that'll get you minutes when it matters. That'll get you
Yeah.
minutes
I
when
mean,
it matters.
he's playing first line or second line right now because Shifley's out or Shifley's back.
Shifley's day to day. Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
for the
Vladar's
time
been hurt.
for the time being, yeah, maybe roster him and then drop him once Shifley comes back.
This is a random thought, but when the Leafs played the Jets, they played a home and home with them before the All-Star break. We played them on Wednesday night, and Matthew Nyes, from about us to you, took a snapshot, hit Morrissey right in the fucking balls. Right in the balls, and he was back 2 nights later to play.
He's a beast.
That's tough.
He's a
That's
beast.
a really random thought, but I just remember watching that, being like, how the hell is he playing, bro?
Have you seen David Savard, buddy?
What is he?
This guy takes blocks every day. He made the save of the year the other day. It was like a wide open net. Who took the shot? It might have been Ovi. No. Someone took it and it was just him and
He's
he's a unit. Absolute
better
unit.
than Campbell.
He's
bruh.
the slowest player I've seen on the ice, but he's a unit.
Better than Jack Campbell, bruh. That is, speaking of Savard, I like him for in any bangers or categories leagues. He locks up the blocks and hits them. Sure, this guy knows. Is that
PK1.
so? Yeah, he's someone that I like as an ad. Just throwing a little fantasy advice in there. All right, that's all for the recent news. Now I'll move into a few more opinion things. I want to ask you guys some questions about All-Star Weekend. Okay,
Yeah.
I have a few prepared here. What are your thoughts on the celebrity captains? What do you think of them? Like, dislike? Would you change anything about it?
You know,
Jake, just take it away.
I was a big fan of Tate McRae.
I was wondering which one you were gonna
You
say.
know, I thought it brought a lot of presence to the event. It was good.
What type of presents?
Yeah.
Some, you know, it's a nice visual appeal, you know, is important for the event. I like Justin Bieber too, because he's an actual friend of some of the players, so that was cool to see.
Yeah, listen to him mic'd up. It was cool with all the Leafs guys
Yeah.
making warm-ups. Warmies, as he calls them.
And then you got of course Michael Bublé sings on mushrooms. That was entertaining.
Yeah.
So I thought they did their job. But in my opinion, it was kind of the players who let the celebrities down. Because they did their part, the players are pretty dry with them though.
Yeah, I know. And like these guys have like not all of them are like wet noodles. Like they have to have personality. I feel like the league has beaten the personality of the
I know.
players. Like they don't let them do anything personable in the interviews. They just, 200-foot game, get pucks in deep, boys got after it. Hope to have a better start to this next one, try and score one early. Like it's the same
So sad.
interview every time.
Like you see NBA, they got inside the NBA. They're making funny moments out of their interviews, and over here on the NHL, just like
Same thing. It's so
Yeah.
dry. I know. They need to find out like everyone has a personality. They need to like just allow it to be like public
Yeah.
knowledge, just be out there. I feel like that would make it that much better. All right, second question. I'll target this one to Ugam since Jake answered the other one. What are your thoughts on the new skills format? What did you think with it?
Ooh. Honestly, I liked it a lot. I mean, Connor McDavid, I already set
He,
it up
like,
with the
designed it.
NHL.
Yeah, he designed
He
it and then
literally
won
just
it.
robbed them.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know.
It was just a free extra $1 million.
Yeah, I would have liked to see some different players in it. I mean, Kucherov, some absolutely great performance in the skills competition. I couldn't have done it better myself.
Yeah,
But maybe like Crosby was there and he just didn't participate.
I know.
Like,
I agree. I agree with that. I think, but also like even incorporate maybe some, I know this is maybe weird, but incorporate some like physicality. Like they have I saw a video of like at the Pro Bowl, they had like players would hit something and register who could like register the hardest hit. Like you're telling me if Tom Wilson's hitting something as hard as he can, or they bring out like, I
But,
mean,
like,
Ryan Reeves, like the crowd wouldn't get dialed if like Revo shows up and
Yeah.
he's just throwing his
But
body
they don't-
against the.
they don't really bring like people that aren't all-stars to
Yeah,
the
I know.
competition. Like the NBA has it for the dunk contest and stuff. Like
Yeah.
they got G leaguers there.
Yeah, like Mac McClung.
Yeah.
But I think that would be cool to
Like,
add something like that.
Bring out Kyle Clifford from the
Yeah,
Marlies.
it doesn't even matter. Just bring out like the heavy hitters, bring out the enforcers, the
Yeah.
Reeves, the Marcus Folignos, the Nick Deloriers, and like just see who can register the hardest hit. Like they have all the technology to track it. I would find that personally.
Yeah, that would be really
Fuck,
cool.
that would be sick. What'd you think? I know we were a bit busy, but what'd you think of the actual All-Star game? I'm sure you've watched the
Yeah,
highlights of it.
yeah.
Either one
Honestly,
of
it
you?
wasn't too bad. I don't know. I expected more scoring, but I guess
Yeah.
they were trying a bit more.
Yeah, the
but
goalies definitely were trying more.
yeah,
felt
it wasn't
like.
too bad, but I don't really know. I don't like the All-Star game anyways.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
boring
really
to me.
watch
I know these guys were a bit busy with exams, but I managed to watch all three of them all the way through. I would say it started off pretty slow, especially the first game wasn't great. But then you could see by the third game, I mean, the Leafs players really wanted to win. And so
Yeah.
it definitely picked up in pace. I even heard that some of the players were a bit unhappy with
That's what I was gonna say. I was
how
about to
intense
ask.
it got.
That was the next question.
Really?
It's like players were complaining Matthews was quote trying too hard.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like the players understand the All-Star game's for the fans.
You know what? I have a pet peeve. How did Austin Matthews win the All-Star game MVP? What the hell is that? This guy didn't even score the most points. DeBrincat was running the show. Hometown hero. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, give it to
That's
DeBrincat,
exactly-
man.
That's exactly
That's
what it
exactly
was.
why he won it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a show. It's a show, you know.
But I feel like the players didn't understand, like it's for the fans. And when they try harder, the fans enjoy it more. When the fans enjoy it more, more people watch. When more people watch, cap goes up and they make more money. Like I feel like they're missing that connection there, that the fans are what makes the cap go up.
You're not gonna get that from just like the All-Star game MVP. Actually,
No,
do
I get
something
that.
entertaining, please.
Or market the league
Like
better.
market, please.
like market the fact that it's like the
Like,
fastest.
get me on Sportsnet, bro. Like,
It's like the fastest sport in the world, and like people are going like 23 miles an hour flying around the ice with a puck that will shatter your bones if it hits you, and yet they can't.
yeah, it's so disappointing.
It's the only sport fighting's legal.
I
Like,
know.
other than like MMA. Like how do you not? I don't understand it. The league's dumb. Anyway, yeah, I thought, but listening to like media and insiders who were actually like in Toronto when it was all happening, apparently it was like it took over the city. Like all the bars had the players and
Yeah,
had
well,
tons of celebrities.
You're gonna get that in Toronto. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe in the US you could try more, but
It would really have to be like New York, Boston, and be like the
Yeah.
only places that would get that type of energy from maybe Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, but that like it'd have to be a North City, obviously.
yeah, for sure.
What are your? Oh, I had one more thing I wanted to say.
Wow.
One more like thing I was gonna ask you. Whatever. Moving on to some NHL rumors. So for this segment, I'm not gonna like run it. You have any rumors that you've been hearing? You throw it out there. We'll discuss it and go from there.
Rumors.
Any rumors you've been hearing?
Oh, Leafs.
Yeah.
Leafs.
Oh God.
Oh,
Trees
God.
cooking. Trees
Here we go.
cooking. Yeah.
Don't let
Jeez.
him cook. Get that man
I'm
out of the kitchen.
terrified. I'm terrified.
Yo.
He's another bad
What is it?
friend.
Hannafin and Tanev?
Yeah, that's
They're
what
looking at-
Friedman
Yeah.
said. The two of them. But then also yesterday there were reports there was a forward and D. So the ones that I've been seeing are Kadri, Hannafin, and Tanev. all
Bring
three of them.
Kadri back.
I wonder what we have to get for that.
Who knows?
What
That
about-
could be.
What about Easton Cowan, maybe.
First,
in there.
Cowan,
East, yeah.
Robertson.
Yeah.
You guys want to
Noah.
give up on Cowan?
Well, I'm not saying
No,
I
but
want to. I'm
like-
saying what could we have to give up for
Honestly,
that?
I don't even want one of their forwards. Tanev, Hannafin, more specifically, Hannafin comes with extension. We can deal with Tanev in the offseason. He's less important, but Hannafin comes like a 5-year extension, 5x5, like 5 by 5.5, even 5x6 for Hannafin. Like that's a legit 2.
Would you consider bringing them, any of them, into your fantasy hockey team? If they were to
Hannafin,
move?
yes, because we need like Logren's on our second power play. Like that's Hannafin would run the second power play for sure.
Yeah.
And he'd get 22, 23 minutes a night playing with either Matthews and Marner and Nyes.
He's an upgrade on so many of your
Yeah.
defensemen.
Yeah.
It would be really
Like he's
nice.
already fantasy ownable playing with like
Yeah,
Coleman
yeah,
and
yeah.
Sharon Govich. Like if he's playing with Tavares, Nylander, Burt, like that line, he's rolling out there consistently. Like he very much sees a boost. And
Yeah.
Tanev's kind of is what he is. Like he'll get you hits and block if
Yeah.
you need it, but nothing else.
Yeah, I would say Calgary has so many. The team's not doing a little bit better now. They're not doing that great overall, but they have so many desirable pieces on their team.
Yeah.
I think they could really get a good rebuild going here.
Yeah.
I remember
they could
hearing.
kickstart it.
I'm not sure what's going on right now, but a few weeks ago, the Uyghur to Ottawa rumors.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still
Oh.
a thing, but like that'd be a great move for Ottawa.
I don't understand what's going on in Ottawa. They want all
They
these
want
defensemen.
Tanev too. Like
Why do they want all these defensemen?
Yeah, I don't know.
They got Artem Zub, #1 defenseman in the league.
I actually like Zub.
He's actually pretty good, but
Yeah, I envy the decor.
like they want Uyghur, they're getting out Chikrin. Like
Yeah.
they just got Chikrin and now they
I
want to
know.
get rid of him.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's going on there.
Another one that I've seen Duclair to the Rangers. That rumor started to pick up today.
Blockbuster.
That'd be a good pickup for him. Like the Duke, he provides nothing defensively. I think they understand that, but they need to score.
Yeah,
more. So
that's very true.
that would be a good pickup for them.
Yeah, I mean, don't have to give up much for him.
And then the other one that is technically still a rumor now, but like I think will be announced tomorrow is Kessel's signing in Vancouver.
This is my favorite.
Oh
one.
yeah.
Yes. What a real.
What are your thoughts, Jake?
Man, I want that guy to get to what is it, the 1,000 games? Is that what he's on?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's Iron Man, but
Yeah.
It's over, isn't it?
yeah.
Arizona
1,000
scratch. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like 1001. And
Yeah.
how he scratched or the Golden Knights or someone scratched. I can't
No, what is it?
I
What
don't know
does he
what
get to? Is
he
it
is.
what's the milestone he has to get to? It's
I have no clue. Check.
Just pull up his stats.
yeah, there's a certain milestone he's so close to. I want to get the chance because he's a league icon.
might be-
He deserves
No,
it.
there's no way it's 1,000 points.
No.
Is it?
What is it?
Just look up his.
8 points shy of 1,000 points.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
what it is.
so it is
I
1,000.
want to get the 1,000 points so badly. I feel like that would be
Yeah.
a great moment for the league for us
Yeah.
all to see. And so hopefully,
Feel the thrill.
And you want to talk about someone with personality?
exactly.
Yeah, like he's got a lot of personality. I mean, would they interview a third, fourth line player in Vancouver? Probably not.
Get that man the Stanley Cup and some hot dogs.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And we're good.
Oh gosh,
That's awesome.
I remember the story when they were talking about Randy Carlisle wanting him to go weigh in, and he yelled,
Yeah.
"Yo, hey Randy, you want me to go on the fucking scale? Get your fat ass over here too." So
What a guy.
yeah, man,
Shout out for old Kessel, man.
yeah.
Shout out.
And as far as trade deadline goes, I think if you guys watched our recent live episode 59, it did not go very well. The technology was, for lack of a better word, fucking atrocious. We're trying to figure something out. Go live for kind of that like 1 to 3, because I know the trade deadline is always at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So try and go live for those kind of closing 2 hours. If not, we'll release an episode that night, kind of covering everything that happened, but watch out for that. Obviously, follow us on Instagram to get that at Fantasy Hockey Pucks to keep up to date with that stuff. Same with YouTube, also at Fantasy Hockey Pucks. We got content coming out there daily on Instagram, roughly weekly-ish on YouTube. So check out that stuff. All right, let's go to the next part. 3 hot takes. You want to start us off here, Jake?
Sure. So my first one, I think a lot of us share this hot take.
Yeah, I share this one with you.
Yeah, but that is that the Arizona Coyotes are making the playoffs. I think this team, they've been overperforming already. They're a few points out right now of a wild card spot, but the way they've been playing, they definitely deserve to be higher in the standings. Clayton Keller's been amazing. Logan Cooley, he started off crazy the season with that move in Australia.
Yeah.
Been quiet ever since, but recently, he had a 3-game point streak, which I really liked. Gauthier is looking amazing. They got the goaltending. I think they got what it
Gauthier.
takes.
Gauthier?
No. Oh,
What?
What's his name? Not Gauthier.
Kraus?
No. Oh
Schmaltz?
no. What's the young
Gunther?
guy? Gunther. My bad.
Gunther.
Gunther. Sorry. Sorry.
Got there
Gunther,
eventually.
yeah. He's been going crazy recently. I think they have what it takes to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Definitely over some other teams.
I
that
agree
I'll
with
talk about
that.
later.
Yeah.
They're frauds.
No,
They're
get out of here.
frauds.
Get out of here.
They
Get out
play
of
Well, I
They're
swear
frauds.
this guy's a bigger Coyotes fan than he is Maple Leafs.
Yeah,
fan.
like
Like,
like,
I hear him yap
hop
about
off
the
their
Coyotes
piece,
more.
please, but they're
No.
frauds. That's not
They're
happening.
not.
It's
They're
not
not.
happening. They're not making the playoffs. You can like imagine all you want, but like Connor Ingram is not that guy.
Also,
He is that guy.
He is not that
He
guy.
is that guy.
He is not that guy, pal.
He's
Trust
that
me, he's
guy.
not that guy.
better than Montembeau?
Better than Montembeau. Better than.
Oh
Yeah.
No. Better than
100%.
Primo?
Don't
Better than,
Better than
yeah.
Allen?
Primo
Better-
is awful.
better
That
than
man
Allen.
is so bad. Same with Allen. Two of them are
No.
so bad.
Oh, you're gonna find a way to get a fucking first round pick for Allen.
Okay,
too,
chill
bro.
out. No, he's a third round pick at best. The way he's been playing,
Oh, just look at one of the Leafs traded
I
third
don't-
for big save Dave, bro. David
Yeah.
Riddick.
Allen's not a starter. But yeah, I don't believe in the Arizona hype train. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't think they got the minerals for it.
And you know what? I'd also love to see a playoff game in the mullet. I think it'd just be so fun to watch. Imagine
That would be pretty fun. But
like I feel like you just gotta cheer for them.
they're gonna miss the
team to cheer
playoffs this
for.
year, and they're getting over
They're going
there
to Salt Lake City. Yeah.
or
only-
Utah.
That's another
Yeah,
rumor we
no.
didn't talk about.
Oh yeah,
I was-
Utah wants to buy the
Yeah,
Utah
they
Jazz
offered
owner.
like more money than like Sport Track or whatever it's called, and Forbes values them at. So why announcement that they're being sold and moved to Salt Lake City next year hasn't been announced? I don't know.
Bettman, please.
Like
Sell
the,
them.
the Jazz already have an arena. Like you don't need
Yeah,
an
I know.
arena. Like it's not that difficult to start
perfect.
importing the ice. Like it's not that, or you make this. What am I yapping about? Like it's or like to buy the stuff to make the ice.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not that hard.
Convert it
Like
to an arena.
And like if I was a billionaire, I'm buying that team because they got a bright future.
yeah,
So I
Yeah.
think you bring them in. They're very marketable with the young players. I think it'd be
with
great.
Cooley and stuff, and Cooley's American too, which always helps.
Yeah.
So to be able to market a big young American star in a new team, like holy, you think they'd stroke off Cooley if he moved there.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
They got so many young pieces. Oh
I
my
know.
god.
Gunther,
The future's
the
bright.
future's
Michelle.
very bright.
They got Lamoureux, right?
Yeah.
We can get it.
So yeah, Limmer's a beast for Canada. Yeah. So we'll go to Uggan for your first hot take.
Oh, all right. Okay. This is a really hot take, but Uri Slavkovsky is hitting 20 goals this season. It's happening. It's happening.
Hey,
Call me
hey,
crazy.
what
2
was
goals
the-
in his last game.
What was the stat you sent to me to both of us earlier
15
today?
points in his last 21 games.
Yeah.
What other rookie from that draft? Well, what other player from that draft class is doing that? I don't see Logan Cooley doing that. Let me tell you that. Let's
Those
pull
are
up.
fighting words, bro.
Let's not pull up the J Fresh
Oh,
card, but
here we go.
let's not pull up the J Fresh cards. But Slavkovsky's been cooking. This guy's not even a goal scorer. He's supposed to be a playmaker. What I've been seeing him like first games of his career, this guy was shooting, was going into the stands. I'd be careful if I was fans in the stands because that thing might hit you. Oh my god, it was terrible. But
The goalie scored, what was it, 2 nights ago? The toe drag release goal. That was
He's looking good.
Benzie.
all right.
Okay.
Let's
show
show
him
Benzie.
a little bit.
Chill out.
And then he's Matheson. He actually passed the Slavkovsky on the power play for once. It's like a miracle. And look what happens. He scores. Far side. What can I say?
Yeah.
You know, I've been starting to warm up to Slavkovsky. You know, he's gonna grow on me. I think he's gonna do well. I won't accept the Cooley slander though, because you know what? Here's the thing.
Here we go.
Let's go. I'm both the bear. I'm both the
Top
bear.
line, most minutes. Cooley's fighting for spots right now.
Because he's not
He's-
top line worthy.
You know,
No,
Neither
because
Slavkovsky.
Arizona's better.
Yeah.
than
Neither
Montreal.
They're a better team. Slavkovsky's not top line worthy either.
Did you say Montreal's better than Arizona?
No,
No,
I'm
no.
saying
Arizona.
Cooley's a better
Cooley's
team.
a
better
He's a better team.
Yeah.
He's fighting. He's third line most of the time. I think they're mismanaging him a little bit, but we'll see. But I would definitely
I
still
know.
take Cooley over some.
I never understand the
but,
idea of bringing up a prospect and then not giving them a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
Unless they're like an older, but like, what is he, 19?
Yeah, he's young.
Like,
Yeah.
why
Shout
would
out,
he be
my,
19?
shout out my boy Emil Hymanen. They're doing him dirty.
Who the hell is that?
Nice. AHL. He's really doing really good in the AHL. They brought him up to NHL, played him 4th line minutes, scratched him a game, sent him back
I know.
down.
What the hell's
Like, what's the point of
I
that?
Yeah.
Just keep him there.
I know. That's like, who would you guys have play second line Tuesday night?
Brendan Gignac?
Yeah.
Who the hell is this, brother? First
No,
game
fantasy value for Brendan Gignac. What are your thoughts?
0. This guy, he's the worst second line player I've seen play in my life. Oh my God. He's like Jonathan Drouin without the skills. So he can basically be fast and that's it. He can't even win faceoffs. We lost so many faceoffs against the Capitals. It's not even funny. Like they were dominating us, but yeah.
You won.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. I don't even care. Please lose.
That reminded me, actually, I don't know why that made me just think of injuries, but Sergachev, I normally hate you, and I only feel slightly bad for you for what you're going through. But that is tough to be out that long and then immediately just obliterate your leg.
Tough for my fantasy team too.
Yeah, he's obviously a drop.
Yeah.
Another guy to drop, Matthew Poitras. He's underwent shoulder surgeries, out 5 months, so a year. Drop him too. Faber's just putting out hits to win the Calder, bro.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
know,
that
what's he
deep,
doing?
bro. It's not that
Someone
deep.
check his phone
Yeah.
calls. Like
And
everyone's
there was one other. Oh, I guess Kuznetsov entered player assist program.
Yes.
He wasn't really fantasy relevant to begin with, but definitely should be dropped now. Yeah, Laine's also in the player assist program too.
What's up with Nichushkin?
He's also in the player assist program.
It's a very popular program right now.
Carter Hart, Michael McLeod,
I mean, it's
Dylan
not something
Dubé
to
soon to
joke
be
about.
there.
No, it's not. No,
No, we're not joking about. We're not
Not a
joking
joke,
about.
but it's like
But
it's
yeah,
it's becoming more prevalent. I think.
These
Which
guys
is
get the
something
help they
to
need.
consider. Yeah,
I feel like that's a good thing, better than just
it is a good
Yeah.
thing.
you're
Yeah,
like Bobby Ryan.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, enough of the sad talk. My
Yeah.
first hot take was the same thing as Jake. The Coyotes are buying at the deadline, which is March 3rd, I believe. So like a month from now.
wow.
So actually things will start to. I did not realize that's
Wait, that's a
while.
long way.
Yeah, it
Wait,
is.
let me.
I'm pretty sure it is. It's in March. I looked it
fact
up.
check.
Is now it's like it's running. Why the hell are there so many trade rumors a month in advance? Oh God, please tell me.
March 8th.
Please,
Oh.
a month today. Please tell me you have a trade deadline like last year when there was like 3 big trades a day.
That was nice.
That was so fun. Oh, when Kyle cooked, bro. When he fucking dude. When he traded for O'Reilly, then he traded for McCabe, then he traded away Sandin, he traded away
Oh,
Engvall,
yeah.
traded for Shen.
He was on
He
fire.
was cooking at the deadline, but please don't do that, Tree. We don't need to do that.
Send away Nice for a first.
But yeah, I think in a month's time, Arizona will be buying. I think,
Mhm.
they obviously they lost 3-2 tonight to Vegas, but like Vegas is
It's a good team.
They were in it the whole game. Like that's
They just beat Edmonton too, so
yeah,
they're definitely on a hot streak.
that Vegas we're talking about.
Yeah,
Yep. But yeah, I agree with Jake for this hot take. So because mine was kind of Mickey Mouse, I'll give my second hot take. I think the league scoring actually as a whole in games is down. But
really?
like the superstar, yeah, it's like down like 1.8%. I saw from this point this year to this point last year. But like the top players are scoring more than they were last year, which basically says like the depth scoring is worse this year than it has been. So I think we're going to see some unprecedented level of scoring. I think Matthews is scoring 70. I think Kucherov and McKinnon, the way both of them are just off of perk right now, are scoring 160 points or above, both of them. So that's my hot take there. Three things we have not seen in a long time.
Okay, I think you're off a perk.
Bro,
what the?
bro, Kucherov and McKinnon are over.
Maybe one of them hits it, but both of them?
I think it's Kucherov who hits it.
Yeah.
Bro, the way
It's been
McKinnon's
unreal.
been playing, McKinnon's been crazy.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
though.
it's true. Oh my God.
That would be-
Matthews 70 goals. No. 60 is a given.
No, I can see 70 for sure.
Like
60 is a
Kucherov
given,
is
but I think he
86.
maxes out at
Kucherov is
65.
86 and I think 51, and McKinnon is 85 and I think 50.
So you think he's gonna get double his points in
Ooh, when you put it
2/3?
that way, when you put it that way,
Math is not math in my guy. Like,
yeah, I'm still
No.
sticking to it. I'm still
Still
sticking
sticking
to
to
it.
it.
I'm
No.
still sticking to it. Bro, before the All-Star break, they were getting like 3 points a game.
that's
Like-
nice, but we'll see how
I
that
gotta-
goes.
I gotta say, I agree with the Matthews take. He definitely hit 70. Not only
Bro,
that,
he's literally scoring like 1 a game, it feels
Yeah.
like.
also, Marner, I mean, he's been a bit better recently, but like so far this season, it's had a bit of a down year. If he picks it up, maybe he gets back to normal pace. it'll
He's
definitely help
actually
What do
them.
we
around
think
5
about
this
McDavid? What's his point total at the end of the season looking like? 'Cause he's been
Yeah,
taking it aback this season.
Like 110, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
that's
The
crazy.
Oilers are like
Year.
the Oilers have done the opposite of what the league is doing. Like their depth is scoring way more
I mean,
than their top guys.
McDavid's actually been putting in the work at defense.
Yeah.
Check out that J Fresh card, man. Holy.
This guy.
That's the Jay Brush.
But yeah, even watching that Leaf game when the Leafs played the Oilers like 2.5 weeks ago, like he was still dominant, like still the best player on the ice.
Yeah, for sure.
Just obviously kind of sucks for fantasy.
Yeah.
But I think like my guess is 110 for points at the end of the
Yeah,
year, like
probably.
right around there. What do you think?
I agree. And I think that's actually a good sign for the Oilers overall. They're not relying on him reaching those unrealistic point totals
Yeah,
this season. They got
last
the depth
season
scoring
was
finally, which
crazy.
is nice.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Shout out Warren Fogle, absolute beast, depth
Yeah.
scorer.
Stuart Skinner, you added him back.
Oh,
yeah.
This guy's putting me through mental trauma. I swear to God. Picked him up in the beginning of the season, -10, -10. Dropped him. He's back. Absolute beauty.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, Hyman, you just traded your
Hyman,
boy
yeah.
Hyman too
I'm
in
sorry.
your dynasty league.
Yeah, of course. Like he's been on a tear this season, but I doubt he'll keep that up in the following season. So he's out of here for Eriksson Ek, Kuzmenko, and Marco Rossi.
I mean, you said Hyman and Sanheim.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good trade.
I know.
That was made with FHP's truly Owen Hamilton.
What a guy.
Yeah.
went down today.
Marco Rossi he's really nice. Next season he's gonna have another step in his career, and I think he's really gonna break out.
Yeah, I told him that I was like, you replied to your trade. I think he's like, he probably wanted Tage, and I was like, I don't know, like look, and he's like, oh, he just wanted Rossi. Okay, that's irrelevant.
No. This guy.
You know, I love Owen, but he does not know his prospects.
Yeah, no.
He's second in rookie scoring. Rossi is so
Really.
in goals, yeah.
That's a good trade.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's really picking it up.
Even if Kuzmenko sucks, he was like a throw-in piece anyway.
I know. And now Kuzmenko's firing it away.
and Hyman wasn't helping your tank either.
Yeah.
Tanking for someone.
Yeah, tanking for Macklin, and he was not helping him. Reinhardt. Yeah, if anyone wants Reinhardt, give me a call. Offers are available.
Yeah.
But yeah, future's looking bright for Slaffy Taffy.
All right, that leads us kind of right into the next point. What's your second hot take?
Yeah, Kuzmenko, he puts up better stats on Calgary than Lindholm does on the Canucks. Now this is a take.
That's a take.
My-
That's a take.
My thoughts are that Lindholm, yeah, he's playing on the first line, but I think they'll eventually move him down to the second line. And then Kuzmenko has been doing, I mean, he scored again today and
He did?
scored, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
And he scored his last game.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think they're just gonna move him up the lines, and he's just like, you treat a 39 goal scorer as a 39 goal scorer, and look what happens. He's gonna score goals.
Yeah, he did score again. God, it was only his 10th of the year though.
Yeah.
I
Next
mean-
season he's going for 30. Easy.
We'll
Yeah.
see. I mean, I definitely think Kuzmenko will do better on Calgary, but I do wonder if Calgary moves a bunch of pieces, if that will not help his scoring. You know,
Or it could move him up the lineup.
they can move the lineup. That's true, but he might have less help.
That's
Yeah.
we'll see.
I mean, but if you were to think about their forwards that would be realistically moved back, Backlund is on a 2-year he just signed a 2-year extension, and you're not moving that Huberdeau contract.
Yeah.
Likely not
Yeah.
moving that Kadri contract either. I know he's been thrown in trade rumors. They won't trade Sharon Govich or Coleman the way they're playing, or Zeri or
They might
Coronado or
trade
any of them.
Coleman.
But like really it's just Mangiapane. It's the only forward that
Yeah,
could be dealt.
Mangiapane.
Yeah, that's true.
And
He's
Kuzmenko's
buns
playing
anyways.
more. Yeah, Kuzmenko's playing more minutes than he is anyway.
Yeah.
So there's really no one that'll.
Who knows? You never know with that Calgary team.
Yeah,
I don't know how they're so bad though. The team is actually like,
it on paper is pretty good.
yeah. I mean,
With Markstrom and Vladar,
yeah.
like that should be better than they currently are.
I don't know what happened.
Just sell anyway. Just give us Hannafin, please.
Yeah.
All right, Jake, your second hot take.
Oh man, this one, especially with Jack Hughes coming back, it's pretty hot. But I don't think New Jersey's making the playoffs. You know,
Damn.
Okay.
Damn.
I've never been a fan of this new New Jersey rebuild recently.
Really?
You know, I feel like they're gonna be good, especially with the decor coming in, Luke Hughes. You know, I feel like it's a little bit too early. I think like
They are-
once some of their younger players develop more, they'll be better.
They are,
Like,
yeah, looking
yeah,
at it now,
they're-
the Red
they're-
Wings are at 58 and 50, and the Devils are
Wow.
at 53 and 49.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're
Yeah.
5 points out
I
of the
mean,
game in here.
Their goaltending.
Especially,
is
I was about to get to that. Their goaltending is terrible.
so crazy.
Yeah.
One thing I despise in hockey, it's good, like pretty decent teams with bad goaltending. Drives me crazy. Like it's been a Leafs problem for years. I'm still not happy with their goaltending. You know,
Hey, Walls him, okay?
when's Wall coming back? I want
I
him
know,
back.
seriously, bro.
I
All right, but focusing on the Devils,
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Well, I carried away there. I just think that a mix like some of their inexperience, or again, is Jack Hughes back yet? I know he's coming
Yeah,
back
so he
soon.
played
He
today.
played
He
today.
came back today.
How did he do?
I'm sorry, but I just saw their goalie stats.
Yeah, it's-
Vanacek has an 888 save percentage, and Nico Dawes has an 895.
That doesn't also account for the fact that they've had sent Schmidt.
Yeah,
down.
Schmidt down, and he's not been doing. He was on a tear last year, and
Yeah.
it's really bad. It's dark times for New Jersey, but they have a great team. I'm sure
they
they'll
do. Oh yeah, eventually.
I just maybe
don't
they'll
think
trade
this
for a
is-
goalie. Jake Allen's on the market, first round pick. You know, it would be great, but yeah.
Fleury?
Yeah.
I think if Fleury goes there, that
Fleury
helps
is
the
fun
team or no?
too. Most overrated goalie of all time.
No
but I won't
way.
get onto that.
Who
No
else?
way.
Who else is? I'm trying to think
Yeah.
what other goalies are even on the market.
Kemper. I don't know.
I know Merzlikins requested a trade,
Yeah,
but
but-
he comes with a lot of big contract.
Yeah,
that
big
the Devils can't really
contract and
afford.
not big talent.
Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely not make a trade.
unless you're
Like
playing
this.
the Leafs in that one game when he had like 70 saves. Or that was the
That was like 2018.
2020. But
Yeah, but also just to get back
2020,
back
not
to New
bad.
Jersey, Timo Meyer,
Yeah.
he hasn't been great. Keishier, not as good as he's been. I just think
he's picking it up.
he's picking it up now, yeah. Like maybe they'll make a push here if Keishier picking it up, Jack Hughes coming back.
It doesn't help
but-
that Dougie's out.
Yeah,
Like, you're
I
down
know.
Dougie.
They're just all underperforming, I think.
They are.
At least outside of Hughes and Toffoli, they're pretty much all having worse years than they've had in
Yeah,
the past.
especially Meyer. Oh my God, what happened to
Yeah,
that guy?
seriously. Even when he came over, as soon as he came over from San Jose last year, he struggled.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand how.
Yeah,
You get less of the workload, you just got to score, and
he's
hasn't been
not
doing
there.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just not a team that fills me with
I
confidence
like
right
him.
now.
I like Timo as a buy low in Dynasty though. Just throwing it there. I've been trying to get him in our league, but the managers
Got him in another league.
Managers, unfortunately.
Someone just traded him for Lawson Krause, so I'm taking that deal.
Yes,
There,
if
buddy.
that value, if he values that low, buy him.
Yeah,
That's
that's a good trade.
yeah. All right. So I'll go to my last hot take. I think the Edmonton Oilers are, as much as I don't love to say this, winning the President's Trophy. I think that the way that team's playing under Knobloch, I think is his name.
Yeah.
They've been unreal. Skinner's been unreal. I think where are they now? Look at the overall standings. I think when I looked, they were like 9 or 8.
Where the hell are they? 12.
12.
They just dropped 59 points. They're a ways way away from the Canucks. I feel like we're 2 points off.
But they have games in hand, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they've only played 46
Wow.
games.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
wow.
Yeah. So even if they say they go, they have what 5 games in hand. The Canucks say they go 3. Even if they say 3-1-1, like that's 7 points. All of a sudden, it's now only 7 more, and they're tied with them. So I think the way that team's playing, I was listening to Spit and Chicklets, and they were breaking down their change in defensive zone structure. They
Yeah.
went from their defensive zone is now more of a zone strategy.
I was watching that
Which
too.
tends to go better for a lot of teams. The argument they're like zone defense
It's
was
like-
banned in the
it's-
NBA. Like
It's what
works.
most teams implement, but they tried it under Woodcroft too, but when they were doing it, it was like way too passive.
Yeah,
So Knobloch's actually like implementing them, making them aggressive. Even McDavid like helping on defense. It just helps them and makes them a lot
team
better.
commitment to defense, which is what a lot of these skilled teams, a lot of Canadian teams really haven't had. Like as a whole, most of the Canadian teams haven't had that. And Vancouver, Edmonton, and Winnipeg have all committed to that, and that's why they're all having monster years. And so I think, yeah, that's like for example, that's what the Trot system used to run. Trots would run it from the neutral zone in. Most teams don't do it that aggressively.
Yeah.
But with like having players like McDavid and stuff, the thing is they can still just carry offensively despite focusing more on defense, which is what a lot of teams can't do. Like the Bruins, even the Hurricanes, like they don't have the players talented enough to be able to just to commit to defense, but they'll still score 4 goals a game. So
Yeah.
that's why I like them winning the President's Trophy.
Yeah. Speaking of Alberta,
The Flames. I think they're making the playoffs. I think it could happen. The Western Conference it's
Yeah.
not too great. Like it's pretty weak over there, and they're only a point off a playoff spot right now.
So do you think they're still gonna sell?
I mean, depending on how they do the last couple of games, we got a month till
Yeah,
the trade
True,
deadline.
true.
They could be in a playoff spot in when it's the deadline, and they could just be like, you know what, run it, see how it goes.
Mhm.
Especially if let's see how Markstrom plays, their defenseman, keep it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it all depends when they trade those defensemen. But I think if they don't, they're in the playoffs.
I think the thing is,
They could be a pest.
The only thing is Tanev and Hannafin have pretty much said they're not re-signing.
Yeah,
So, like when you say that, it's like, is it like they know they're not winning the cup? So is it really worth it to make the playoffs and get eliminated in the first round and then lose those guys?
full of Columbus, full of Columbus.
Yeah, pull a Yarmo, kick a line and just sell literally everything. That I think, but I think what that does do is it means they're gonna look to trade. When they trade, they're not gonna just gonna be like, give us a first, second, third for Hannafin. They're gonna be like, give us maybe a pick, like a first, but like,
Solid
but
defense.
also give us a player who can step in. Like they might
Yeah.
ask for something like a Liljegren type thing. Speaking with, because he's been rumored with Toronto a lot, you might want something like that
Yeah,
instead. So that is something to keep.
just like decent young players, maybe or
Yeah.
players like just play on the
Kind of what
roster.
the Blues sort of did when they brought in like Kapanen and Vrana for like nothing
Yeah.
after selling O'Reilly and Tarasenko, like something like that. All right, Jake, your last hot take.
My last hot take. So this one, I want to make sure I word this right, but I think the Leafs might be selling a few players at the deadline here. We know what we've heard so far is that Free Living is definitely not looking to buy too much at the deadline, at least not selling too much of the future.
Yeah, like not buy for the short term.
Exactly. Yeah. No more rentals this
That's
year.
why
at least.
Hannafin would come with extension. Type
Yeah.
thing.
Exactly. Yeah. No O'Reilly. No Foligno.
Not.
No, second for Plekanec, second for Boyle, third for Riddick.
But I think they got some pieces here that they could move, especially the guys in the 1-year deals who aren't coming back. Like for example, Bertuzzi.
Yeah,
You know, especially for a team going to the playoffs, he's definitely an ideal candidate. I mean, he's supposed to have a bit of grit to him. I haven't seen too much of it this year from him.
yeah.
I have not been a fan of him on the Leafs, so I definitely think I wouldn't mind getting rid of him.
I think he's been playing. Sorry, I'll let you finish.
No, you go.
I was gonna say on the Bertuzzi thing, I think it's hard to sell something like that. I think say they bring in Tanev and Hannafin, and pretty much extend both of them. I think you could see a Brody trade. I think you send out Brody.
Yes, that's true.
You might have to retain a bit because I think their cap situation still would be good if they can bring them in. They retain a bit on Brody this year. I think you could get a second and a fourth for Brody, so you get at least you don't have a second round pick for 3 years.
Yeah.
So you get a second round pick back for Brody. You kind of move him out. You move Tanev and Hannafin in. Like the decor is still good. I know it's like weird to say, but I'm with you. Like as soon as I saw Monahan get a first round pick, I'm like, bro, like
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
no, it's not that much worse. If
but-
even is worse than
But
Monahan.
Brad Tree Living is not Kent Hughes.
That's true. But the market's hot right now. Another one I wonder is if we get Wall back and Samsonov continues to play, you know, about league average as he's right now. If we move Martin Jones,
Yeah,
you know, he played really well. We overplayed him a bit now, I think.
yeah, he struggled towards the end. But a team like Arizona, like the
Yeah.
third round pick for him, like kind of send him out, be like, we don't really need him. Obviously Wall has had an injury history dating back to the Marlies. Like he had a shoulder injury last year that he like dislocated it and it kept popping out a bunch. So he had to have surgery to have it stay in. So he does kind of have a bit of an injury bug. But I agree. If he comes back and he stays healthy, I like the idea of trading Jones.
Yeah, especially since I think next year you probably won't take league minimum again
Yeah,
after the little run, or not league minimum, but pretty close to it.
yeah, he'll probably want like 850, like a 100K upgrade. Which
Yeah.
when you're as close to the cap as the Leafs are, you can't afford.
Yeah. So I think that might happen.
All right. Yeah, so that'll conclude the hot take segment. So now we'll head into the listeners. Most of you guys know the panic room segment. So how it's going to work this time is I have about 5 panic room players. I'm going to send it out there. I'll pitch kind of how they're performing generally, and then these two are going to run this segment and give their opinions on the players. So first, what is your panic level on Ilya Sorokin? Last year up for the Vezina. He was a Vezina finalist. this year has like a 902 save percentage on a Islanders team that's been pretty
Yeah.
mid. Where's your panic level on him? This is strictly fantasy speaking, although for goalies, pretty consistent in real life.
I'd say 4, like on a scale of 1 to 10,
Yeah, yeah.
4. Because I mean, what they were running before they hired Raw, they were actually a high scoring team. Like
Yeah.
they were just scoring and they were leaving Sorokin out to die. But I think with Raw back on the coaching front, I think it'll help Sorokin and maybe implement a more like a better defensive structure that'll help the goalies more. So maybe he'll improve his stats. But so far it's not been too great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have a bit higher up, maybe like a 5 or something. I think it should, hopefully it should get better here, but I don't think he's been himself this season.
Yeah.
I think it's probably too late to move him. His value's already a bit too low. So
Yeah.
I think you stick it out with him and hope it gets better, but I'm not hoping for too much here.
Yeah. The one thing I will note is, again, I also heard them talk about this on Spit and Chicklets, but they're saying how back when Waugh played, he worked really heavily on their defensive zone system. Like he was in all those meetings. He was helping create how it worked, like in Colorado at the end and even in Montreal a bit too. So a goalie who already knew that, when they now become a coach
Yeah.
and focus on that, working from the goalie up typically would help the goalie because obviously then Sorokin has better an understanding of their defensive structure. So I think that is something to watch. But I agree with what you're saying. Like it's at this point you just gotta hold them. I'd say like my panic levels are on a 5. Same with you. You just kind of gotta hold them though because no one's unless someone's gonna pay like a legit fantasy one goalie for him. There's really no point in trading because his upside still is there.
Yeah.
All right, second player, I'm gonna give. There's a lot, and they all play for the Kings. All right,
What?
so first PLD,
Oh God.
Oh man.
Panic level
yeah,
9. I can't lie.
yeah, you.
Yeah, me too, because especially because I traded for him. Yeah,
Least of the century.
that one wasn't too bad.
Yeah,
That was a pretty
I
nothing
didn't really
trade.
get it. Who did I get back from you?
It was like Seth,
Sam Bennett was involved.
There was some
Seth Jones
prospect.
was involved. There
Yeah,
was a
like, it
bunch
was a
of
pretty
like
nothing.
Yeah, it was a nothing trip. But then I flipped them for like Logan Stankoven
Yeah, it's like you.
to you for
Been
like
a
in a
bit- been a
second.
good business there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's not looking good for PLD.
No.
It seems like this happens on every team he's at. Like
yeah.
maybe just try. I don't know. Like I don't know what to
He's an
say.
unfortunate player.
Yeah.
Honestly.
How are you getting outplayed by Philippe Dano?
Okay, well, he's pretty good. But the one thing I will say is like, yes, I get like maybe his effort level isn't there, but when you also put him with like fourth line wingers and then expect him to produce, like that's also putting him in a difficult situation. So I feel like the coaching change will help him. But I agree. To be honest, at this point, he should be on the waiver wire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless,
yeah, for sure.
unless it's in Dynasty, but to be honest, in Dynasty, he should be on a bad team. Like you
Yeah.
should have just like get rid of him for whatever you can.
Yeah,
And
that's
be
true.
on a bad team.
That's true.
It's not helping you win this year.
Yeah.
Definitely not this year. Yeah, I would. Yeah, on a non-dynasty team, I feel like he should have been gone already. But
Yeah.
definitely not.
He's
a
not,
fan of
he's
it.
not doing too great.
No.
All right, next player, Adrian Kempe. He
What's
was
his
started the year off well. He
Yeah,
was
I
like
thought he
above
started-
point per game.
What
He's
happened?
kind of dropped down. He's like I think like a point or two under point per game. I just traded for him actually, my boy. I had the take last year. I said he was scoring 50 goals. He scored 43. So I love him. I love me some Kempe. But yeah,
What's the stats looking like?
he's down to 43 points in 48 games. But if you look at like his last 10 games played, he has 2 goals, 3 assists in his last 10 games.
I wouldn't worry too much about him. I'd say
I don't see give it like a 1, honestly.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Especially because I think the Kings, like they're not playing well. I think they're due to come back,
Yeah.
bounce back a little bit.
Yeah.
Like maybe not to what they were at the start of the season. That was unreal.
Yeah.
That win streak on the road. But I think they're going to bounce back. So some of their players should start stepping up here.
Yeah, I was the same thing as you. Thought there was not too much reason to worry about him right now. Next guy, Kevin Fiala. What's your thoughts on him?
Oh my God, what's with the
I'm
Kings?
pulling up the stats right
Yeah,
now. He also is on Jake's team.
Yeah.
look at you, LA
Yeah.
Kings, super fan.
He has
Yeah.
Fiala has same thing, 43 points in 48 games, except he has 4 less goals and Kempe 4 more assists.
I'm not worried about
In
him.
his
either.
last 10 games, he has 3 goals.
I mean, yeah, with these Kings players, they're going to pick it up eventually. Like I mean, the last couple 10 games, whole of 2024 has not been pretty for them, but they'll pick it up eventually, and I think you shouldn't be too worried, especially if it's a keepers league. I mean, later on in the season you'll be fine. Or
I like both Kempe and Fiala as a buy low because I think they're young guys. Like the team's gonna figure out, even if it's not this year, even if they don't figure it out this year, like they're gonna be fine going forward. They're both
Yeah.
young. They're both good scorers that have scored a lot of goals and points in this league. So I think with their production being lower, if you get a desperate team that'll take them, I think that's a good move.
for sure.
All right, next guy. This one's probably the easiest to answer. Anze Kopitar. I'm pretty sure he still leads the team in points. But I was just throwing all the big name Kings in there when I was putting this together.
We can just say Kings.
Kings.
Panic level 10. No.
No, I would only Kings, but I'd be panicked about.
Yeah, he has
SPLD.
15 goals, 41
PLD.
points in 48 games.
And
for Kopitar.
Cam Talbot.
Oh,
I made it all
let's
time
let's get into this
let's,
trade.
let's look at this trade, Jake. You really want to Talbot from
Let's
it.
paint the picture first. The start of the season, I inherit this dynasty team, and the goalies are looking bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we got Binnington, Bobrovsky. That was it. I think I had 2 goalies.
Bennington and Brovsky.
Yeah, which aren't not
I mean,
terrible, but
they're average.
yeah,
doesn't move
they're
you.
average. And I'm looking at a third.
Talbot was what? Near like a
Talbot was-
9.
He was at like a
Well,
922.
like,
Like,
insane
he was one of the
percentage.
best goalies in the
The
league.
Kings
And
are playing really well.
Over here, I'm looking at my team. We're not competing this season, so time to tank it for Macklin. And Jake wanted some Talbot, eh?
Yeah.
So
So what was the trade, Mr. Sandy?
so Jake gets Cam Talbot, great player, really stepping up for Dustin Wolf. Okay, Dustin Wolf, young goalie, he might break out soon, and a first round pick. Oh God, Jake. Oh God. And what's your record like?
500.
500.
500.
Ooh,
I mean, yeah, but if all goes to plan, that'll be the
I'm getting
lowest
myself
first-round pick.
Caden Lindstrom with that pick. Talk to me about Caden Lindstrom. That guy's a
No,
beast.
definitely one of my worst trades ever. Not a fan of Cam Talbot. I didn't even like him before the trade. I really didn't like how he played in Ottawa,
Yeah.
but I thought that maybe I just stopped betting against him, and turns out always bet against Cam Talbot.
I-
Not a fun All-Star game for you.
No,
When Willie picked him first, oh my God,
That
that
was
was
so
so
funny.
funny. And then
That was so
proceeded to score
funny.
the most goals on him.
I was
But yeah. All right, that wasn't even the question, actually. The question started with Kopitar. But value on Kopitar or panic level on Kopitar low.
One.
One. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I'll take Kopitar.
where-
Good old reliable.
where it should be. All right, panic level on Talbot. He wasn't actually even on here, but
10.
10.
10.
10.
10.
He's done for.
You think you're that worried about him?
I'm really worried.
Who's their backup? What's that
Big
guy's
Dave,
name?
David Riddick.
Oh,
Copley's-
Riddick.
Copley's hurt. So it's
Copley's are okay.
you really
Oh.
Talbot has a 259, 911.
Yeah, but when he
Yeah,
started off the
he's in-
season,
Where's he
what's
been
the reason?
recently?
Oh
my God.
God.
Negative 7.5
Yeah, I know.
pulled, negative 7.25, negative 5, negative 6.25 pulled.
I'm really panicking about this. This is not good. Not good.
Police. Kent
That's-
Hughes has taught me well. What can I say?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
just,
not.
just gonna say it's easy to build a team. Like trade for young players. It's hard to then make that team good.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
All right, last player, Drew Doughty. What's your panic level on him?
True Doughty.
You know,
is
I'm
True
gonna, I'm
Doughty.
gonna say mine's a little bit higher than the rest of the Kings, except
Yeah.
PLD and Talbot, just because I feel like he's been overplayed a little bit this year.
Yeah, he leads the league in time on ice per game.
Yeah, he's
At
been
like
played too much,
34,
His
35.
legs are gonna be.
and
At
he's not.
34 years old.
He's definitely not getting younger. He's been played a lot.
That's for
Yeah,
sure.
he has
Uh,
11 goals, 16 assists, 27 points in 48 games, which
I-
is pretty average. I feel like.
Yeah,
for his
what's his
career.
fantasy points per game looking like?
3.04. But if
So-
you look at his stats, like that's pretty much what he does. every
Yeah,
year.
I mean,
I'm just they definitely gotta cut that ice time
I
out of
agree.
it,
Yeah.
or else I'm worried.
Like the best cases, remember for the Leafs, Giordano last year when we had all those injuries, was playing like 20 minutes a night, and then by the end of the year, is like
Yeah,
cooked.
an injury's lurking for that man.
Yeah, I'm more
And
concerned
playoffs
with
time.
here.
Yeah, I guess that's a good
Help
thing.
that
So
man.
selling Doughty then?
It
Would you
could
go
be- it
that
could be-
far? Like, would you be that worried that you're
I
selling
mean,
him while his value's
Depends
so
what
good?
you can get for him, but like if you sell him, maybe someone who'll actually perform in the later stages of
Yeah.
the like in the playoffs of your fantasy league could be good.
Yeah, for his sake, hopefully he's sold.
Hannafin on Toronto or Doughty?
Oh, I would love Doughty. I don't know what's better for the team, but
For fantasy, sorry,
fantasy.
not direct Doughty to
Oh.
Toronto, sorry. For fantasy, if
For
Hannafin
fantasy?
gets traded to Toronto.
What, Hannafin's at 2.5 fantasy points per game right now?
so
Expect a
this is
boost and
both
then-
of them getting
but-
traded to a contender? Or
No, Doughty stays on
Doughty
LA.
stays? Or
Right?
Doughty's already in a contender.
Or Hannafin traded to Toronto, which player would you rather?
I think Doughty, because he's running the power.
He is
Yeah.
running play. I only thing we worried about is injury with him.
Yeah.
Hopefully not, but with those minutes,
Sanderson or Doughty?
I'd go Sanders.
In a keeper league?
Sorry, redraft, like yearly
Redraft. I'd still go Sanderson.
Dynasty, that's not even a question.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sanderson. Wait.
Sanderson in Anderson.
In a redraft league.
Redraft
like
league.
like the pucking hell league.
Yeah.
Would you trade Doughty for Would you trade Doughty for Sanderson?
That's tough.
No, I'd keep Doughty. What? Sanderson's not that good.
He's
Am I
not that good
tripping?
yet. He's not
No,
that good
I'm
yet.
pulling up his stats right
He's
now.
fallen
I'm
off
just throwing out
recently.
ideas here.
Yeah.
I'm not
At
like-
the beginning of the season, he was
Sanderson's
cooking.
averaging 2.75. He has 7 goals, 17 assists, 24 points. So he's 3 less points. 4
Yeah,
less goals.
but a lot of those points were like beginning of the season.
yeah,
he was
I don't
going
think we
crazy
look
at
his
the
he
end. Yeah.
actually produced that much.
I had him, and then I think I dropped him. But
I
that
was
was
so mad when you
fun.
drafted him right before me.
Then you gave me Luke Hughes for him. I was like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'd take Doughty still. Just watch out for an injury.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right,
Last one. Last one.
Enough of the Kings.
Chikrin or Doughty? Last one.
Doughty.
Doughty?
I'm not a fan of Chikrin.
I would
I
take Chikrin.
would take Chicken for sure,
Yeah,
especially
really?
if he's on the trade block,
Yeah.
which he might not be, but if he is,
In a keeper league or in just
Both.
What the?
both.
Those stats are definitely not right.
what?
It said Chikrin had 24 goals. No, he has
Yeah.
8 goals, 20 assists.
I'm taking Chicken. I'm a big fan of the player.
He has the most points out of 3 of them.
Actually, considering how much better Ottawa's been playing, Chikrin could be a play.
Yeah, and he's young, so that injury concern is not obviously there.
Yeah.
All right, last thing, as we get into our weekly podcast posts, this will be more relevant, but we're gonna kind of break down our recent Instagram posts, talking about like just to provide more value, because it saves me time not having to write a super long caption, just saying tune into the Fantasy Hockey Bucks podcast to hear our thoughts on it. So we'll briefly cover these. So going back to Monday, you guys obviously have seen these before.
Yeah.
But the buy lows, we had Sorokin, Nietzsche, and Chikrin. The sell highs, we had Decord, Charlie Coyle, and Sam Reinhart.
Joey Decord. Oh wow.
So I'll start us off here with talking about Reinhart, because that one's a kind of a hot take to have him sell high. But so he leads the league in power play goals and power play points,
Yeah.
which for fantasy, that's a good thing, pretty much
Beautiful.
normally.
Yeah.
Except the only thing is when it gets into October, or not October, that's baseball. When it gets into spring hockey, like March and April, like the power play does not score as much as it does early on in the season. And with his lack of 5-on-5 production, that kind of scares me. So selling high on him when people look at him and they're like, where do you think this guy's going to get worse? I think he's going to get worse when he's going to start to score less power play goals, therefore less goals. And I think you could get like an elite player back for him. Like you could get in a yearly league, you get Kaprizov back for him.
Oh, he's
For
No, you can't. I tried.
That was a
Oh,
dynasty.
that's
You tried
dynasty,
dynasty.
yeah.
That's different. But like I think you get Kaprizov. I think you could almost get
Yeah.
Jason Robertson plus in a yearly
Yeah.
league.
Yeah.
The way Robertson's been playing, you could probably get Kachuk for Reinhart right now. I
Yeah.
know Kachuk's been figuring it out, but like those are players that I trust way more than I do
Yeah.
Reinhart, especially because he's never scored like this. So
Yeah.
that's where started with Reinhart.
If you want to take the risk, obviously.
Yeah, talked about Sorokin. We kind of touched on Chikrin, but you're saying like you wouldn't really even buy him? in your
Not
opinion?
really. I mean, does he run what power play is he running?
I think he's actually 2, but he's
Yeah.
I think
But-
Sanderson's 1.
I mean, he might pick it up a bit. It depends what you give up on it. I wouldn't give up too much for him. I mean, obviously buy low. He might be able to pick it up, but what was do you have a proposed trade for him or?
Yeah, the proposed trade for Chikrin I said was would you trade Uyghur for Chikrin for one?
Yeah,
I'd make that trade.
yeah,
Yeah.
That was the proposed trade that I said.
yeah.
I would do that. I like the idea of buying Chikrin. I think, as we said, Ottawa's been scoring a lot more, and obviously trade rumors. The only thing sometimes with trade rumors is it like booster value because like people kind of like when a player gets traded, like they like the idea of him starting to perform better. So that's something to watch. But then going back to Reinhardt, the proposed trade that I said was Jason Robertson and Clayton Keller for Reinhardt.
Jason, I make that
And
trade.
this was yearly, the yearly league. This was a
Yeah.
proposed trade. I thought I
that
cooked
trade. I'm
with
making
this
that
trade.
trade.
I thought
Keller's
that was a
nasty.
fair trade.
Yeah.
Hey, you're biased.
Yeah.
You're gonna give a double wrister to Keller. But
in a categories league,
and the categories are
I wouldn't, but like points league, I would. Because categories, Clayton Keller hasn't been too great, I'd say. I have him on my categories league right now.
yeah, true.
He's like
He
a
just
rank off
scores.
on.
He scores.
Yeah, he
That's
just
all
scores.
does.
And I mean, so does Reinhardt.
But he
But
provides
and- but, like,
elite power
yeah.
play stuff and a lot of shots.
But if it's just a points league, I'd definitely do that.
Yeah.
Get Robertson.
And then for Decord, actually, this is the one that I said. I said Talbot, Martin Jones for Joey Decord. I think the Kings are turning it around, and I think Decord, like he has like a 2.3 goals against average, like a 920 save percentage. Like he's not gonna keep that up. And I almost would probably maybe change that for Samsonov instead of Martin Jones, Samsonov and Talbot
Yeah,
for Decord.
Yeah.
I did
Because
pick up
Martin Jones is
Samsonov.
not really playing anymore. Like it's pretty much all
Well,
Samsonov.
honestly, like Samsonov's a waiver wire pickup. These guys are waiver wire pickups, like Martin Jones, Samsonov. But Talbot, yeah, you could maybe attach
I
someone
like
else
the
with
idea
that.
of getting Talbot plus
Yeah.
another goalie. It doesn't necessarily have to be winning Samsonov, but I like the idea of getting Talbot for Decord.
Yeah.
What do you
And-
think, Jake?
Yeah. I mean, I would never make a play for Talbot ever again.
You're
But
just scarred.
hopefully he picks it up. He's due to pick it up, I think. I would say the other buy low player I liked is Natchez.
Yeah,
I've been a fan of him for a long time.
natural hat trick
I was
tonight.
about to say he
Oh,
might
I
not be
beat
buy
you to
low
it.
anymore.
Yeah.
That hat trick. One thing with him though, this year he's been all over the place in the lines. That's just the thing with Carolina in general. They put the lines in the blender a lot. So there's been some like a bit of a roller coaster with his lines. But when he's up there, he gets his points. Let's see, what is it?
The pros trade is Nietzsche's for Coyle 1-for-1.
Wow.
And I say I'm on Team Nietzsche's on this.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Nature's
Yeah.
just got a hat trick, but Coyle, I'm pretty sure he just picked
He's
up
been
2
cooking.
assists.
Yeah, he's been cooking
Yeah.
recently.
I don't know
If
if
you guys are wondering where we're watching all these or looking at all these on Fantasy Hockey Pucks on Instagram,
because they can definitely see that.
I'm not saying they can see that, okay? But go check out these out there. We post we have our Buy Low Sell High Monday, then we do these mock trades Tuesday, waiver wires, Wednesday, every other Thursday, our dynasty and yearly rankings release, and then Friday we have watch list players. Saturday would help you with start sits. So check that out. You know, you get a post pretty much a day, and obviously any breaking news and stuff, updates with the podcast. So go check that out. And then the last one here is Sorokin for Connor Ingram and Joseph Wall.
So you're trading.
I'm
doing that.
Like this is how you get Sorokin, trading an
I'm
Ingram
doing
for
that.
Joseph Wall.
Yeah.
Do you think that's like goofy? Like that one, it was so hard to think of who to
Well,
trade for Sorokin.
Ingram's playing like no bias.
No, he is
Yeah,
playing
he's
like
playing
well.
really well.
he's a
And
fraud. No, kid.
and then Wall's obviously a discounted price, but he should be back the next week and a half or so.
I will give you Ingram's probably due to like playing above what he should be, and Sorokin's playing below what he should be.
Yeah, I mean, Wall could come back and do really good things or shit the bed. So
Yeah,
That's a risky trade. I would like to see that trade just to see how it
I know,
turns out.
right?
Yeah.
I thought that was a good one. I thought I cooked on these.
Yeah.
This one was kind of a one, but you know, you live and you learn.
Joey Decor, don't think you do about it.
Yeah.
Where did he come from? I mean, like,
Yeah, I
not
know.
very good.
Joey okay. Love that name. Because the chord's okay in French.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
go-
love that.
Joey okay.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, you got-
French word like fucking 8
All right.
years, buddy.
Waiver wire ads. This week we had first Thomas Harley. You know, he's been
Picked
been a
him up.
beast.
Yeah.
Picked him
He's
up.
been a
He's
beast.
arrived.
I picked him up in one of my keeper leagues too.
How did you get him in a keeper league?
It's not like half the teams haven't been active this year.
Okay.
So I cooked.
Okay, makes sense.
Next one, Ilya Samsonov. Pretty self-explanatory.
I just picked him up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
I dropped him, but that was when he was asked. Okay.
I was a pair drop.
Sam Urson.
Oh, I wouldn't pick him up.
Ooh, that's a risky one.
Yeah.
I only pick him up in a category league because he'll help you in save percentage most of the nights because he
Yeah.
faces a lot of shots.
But
For real.
he's so
And he's
bad.
but I like him as like you add him and you stash him and pick what games you're gonna play him.
Definitely selected.
Yeah.
Playing a
Yeah.
lot of
Definitely a
games.
third goalie.
He
If-
plays a lot of games.
Don't expect him. Yeah. He will be playing a lot of games.
Next guy, Braden Shen. He's been on fire recently. You can't really like trade him or anything, but
Yeah.
you know, pick him up right out the hot wave and then inevitably drop him when he's asked
I don't
again.
know about that last one.
And Sam Bennett.
Yeah.
I like him personally, especially in a category league because he provides hits. And his plus minus is typically good. And if you're in one of those goofy leagues where penalty minutes is like a category that you want to win, he also gets a lot of those.
Why the hell would someone have that?
I don't know. I've played in a league before where like they were like penalty minutes, like so like Ryan Reeves would go and like one of the last picks would be Reeves, so he like loads up on penalty minutes.
Oh my god.
And like Mark Borietsky, remember him, the senator
No, I
forever.
don't. Who the hell is that?
No, the bald guy.
No.
Who? Yo, you definitely remember him.
I mean, bald center knows Craig Anderson.
Yeah.
You don't remember this guy?
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
Don't remember the last name. I remember that face, the missing
He
teeth.
would.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
He would always like lead the league in penalty minutes. He
God, he
was.
definitely has CTE. Look at that man.
But yeah, that's those are the ads for this week. The drops were first for Card Raquel. He's been horrible for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Just horrible.
Pittsburgh's so bad.
Yeah. And he's dropped down. He's on the third line on a team that can't really score. So that's
No
not-
depth scoring, by the way.
Yeah,
too.
that's not going anywhere. Tyler Sagan of the Stars, same thing. He was. I
Okay,
think
let
he was
me-
actually was
let
he
me-
moved off PP1? I'm pretty sure he was moved
Let
off.
me drop
PP1.
him real quick.
Are you actually going in live on
The man of his word here.
Oh no, yo, he's got an assist. Well, he put up nothing against Toronto, but he got an assist. Then he got 2 assists, 1 assist, 1 assist.
Oh,
Not too bad.
I
But
feel like you can find go on our waiver wire right now. Look, people in the conversation said, "Should I drop Sagan?"
free 8. No,
take those
no.
off the Yahoo
Of
chat.
course,
though.
Brooksy has him. This guy has like people who rank 300 on his team, and he says they're good. Drop for Suzuki.
Yes,
I don't have Suzuki. I'm not getting Suzuki in this league, yo. But yeah, I don't know. I've been loading up on Dallas players. They're a low-key cup contender for me.
yeah, they're a good team. I like Sagan's drop personally. Martin Jones is a drop,
Yeah, he's
pretty
Pretty
easy.
much,
yeah.
Like he's not playing Wall's coming back, so he's done. Bertuzzi is a drop. He was owned in like 65% of ESPN leagues for some reason. Even like he's not hitting more, like he's not hitting. He's not really scoring.
really not doing much
His
of
plus
anything.
minus isn't that good.
He's
Like,
just
I don't-
there. Putting
Yeah.
up Tony Snell numbers.
Not a fan
Yeah,
of him.
like I would drop him. The last guy's Jonathan Durant. O'Connor's actually moved up the lineup. The Lehkonen came back and went on the first line, and O'Connor actually went up to the second line, and Durant went down to the third line. So he had value when he was cooking with
McKinnon.
McKinnon or Antonin, but
Such a McKinnon merchant.
yeah, I mean, hey, there's player Hyman's low key McDavid merchant.
That's why I got rid of him.
Yep. And then the last one is our players to watch, or yeah, players to put in your watch list. First guy, Alex Turcotte. These are guys that you don't necessarily want to add right now, but like
Yeah.
keep an eye on them. Alex
pretty good.
Turcotte, he came up, scored his first goal, finally fully healthy. That's one I like. Next guy, JJ Paterka, same thing, young guy who's been starting to produce on a team where the lines are kind of in the blender on the nightly, it seems. I'm kind of like the Sabres are kind of to me what the Coyotes are like to Jake, not like as high because he's basically a Coyotes fan.
Yeah.
But I like the Sabres and they put the lines in the blender a lot. And I think
Yeah.
Paterka can start to put together some good offensive games. Next guy, we just mentioned him, Logan Connor. He moved up the second line. He could easily beat out Colton or Lehkonen for the top power play spot. So that's another guy I like to watch. Next guy, Ivan Barbashev. He's starting to finally produce on a Vegas team that's starting to pick up the scoring with Eichel still out. He's got to watch. And the last guy's Troy Terry. He's really picking it up.
Finally, yeah.
Yeah, Jake traded him to me and he started cooking.
Yeah, it's been a rough year.
Yeah.
Been a rough year.
But yeah, those are the watch list targets. And then if you want to check out our rankings, those are posted on our Instagram. We're not going to break down all 20 at each position. That's too difficult. So just go look at those yourself. They're pretty self-explanatory. Like that's where we
Yeah.
value them. And yeah, any closing remarks? We'll be back here. We'll record next Tuesday. We'll be back here, and so you guys will see it on Wednesday. But anything else heading into first weekend back post All-Star game?
I don't know. I was just looking at the notes. I was wondering why it said Jake's hot.
Oh, that was an Owen special.
Oh, okay.
That was an
guy.
Owen special.
Mr. Owen
Put that in
Hamilton.
there.
What a goat. But yeah.
Yeah, any thoughts before the boys go get after it on the weekend?
Slavkovsky is the next stage.
Slavkovsky?
Slavkovsky. Sorry, I can't speak. Yeah, Slavkovsky is the next Tage Thompson. Might be better, but yeah. That's all I
Wow.
can say.
Nye's better.
Nice. Oh my goodness.
Nye's better. You know what? We got through the whole thing. We did a pretty good job. No bias talk. I'm finishing with this. Nye's better than Slavkovsky.
No, he is not, bro.
Yes, he is.
He is.
Give me Nye's, bro.
I
Give
can't
me
be
Nye's.
familiar with this guy. That's so
Give me
bad.
Nye's, bro. The box score doesn't show it, but he's done. Look at his J Fresh.
Aliens have the death beam pointing at
J
the
Fresh
earth.
card.
I want Matthew Nice.
J
Like,
Fre- J Fresh card, bro. You want to yap about your J Fresh
oh
card?
my god, stop talking about Jay Fresh
Okay,
card.
Ben,
This guy-
Yap
Ben,
about it all.
Do you still say you wouldn't trade Nice for Slavkovsky?
Yes.
I would take that trade so quick. Oh, imagine.
Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
That is a
This
crazy.
guy does not
take.
face the
I
same
can't
type of
support that.
competition. Like,
Yeah,
He's-
What do you
Nice.
mean? He plays first line.
I thought you said he doesn't play first line. He doesn't play as
No,
much.
earlier in the year he wasn't.
And now
That's
he
why his
is.
point total's low.
Yeah. He's got
His
less
point
points than
totals-
Slavkovsky and is 2 years younger.
And he's been playing with Matthews, but
Like, come on, bro.
I'm a nice fan.
Slavkovsky
I'm a
got-
nice fan, but that's still a crazy take.
Nice better.
No. But yeah.
I don't know if I've ever agreed.
Papa
with
Greg agrees. Papa Greg.
Papa Greg said like Caden Gooley for partner.
All right, you didn't say a 1-for-1, Brett, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not a bad trade. I'd take that.
Yeah, fuck you. All right, so that'll do it for this episode. Well, as I said, we'll be back next Wednesday. You guys will see this on Friday. Keep up that Wednesday, Friday posting schedule. Boys are off to Guelph this weekend. You guys stay safe this weekend, and we'll see you next time we drop the puck.